you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. Jewelry won my summer. Loki won the Orwell, Jerry Cinnamon won the fucking lottery. Oh well, I think young fathers won everything else. The World Cup, Eurovision and another Nobel. Lewis Capaldi stole my banter, that's that. I should put patter on my face from 10 years ago. The lovely lucky bastard Paolo Nutini ordered me a pint, but the doorman wouldn't let me back inside. I've already been in. Let me finish my beer, and I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean you don't know me? You stole my idea. I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. 30 years ago today, the Beatles made the White Album. Last year I admit I might have made a shite album, but no label, no budget, no press, no funding, turning nothing into something. It's a miracle. I function the only time tabloids call me or paparazzi tell me. Is a fairly scary, stupid, daft question of the seal. Your last LP was a problem, as in problematic. I somehow accidentally use my own accent. I don't see cleansing mountains, I relate more to Romantic, but for me, I can add a wee trad bit. I can be tweed too. I would never leave you, 'cause my postcode is G2. You should cross your I's and T's, watch your P's and Q's. I'm more DIY than the B&Q. One day I'll maybe learn to fill out a form, then peekaboo, and on that day I'll be seeing you. Come on, let me in your wee club. How can I be drunk? I played the barrel and ballroom with no help from no cunt. 2 times, 3 times, 4.
I don't care if you play for the LA Lakers, you're too drunk to finish your beer.
Exactly, you don't know who it is?
I'm asking you to leave, please.
It's Jackal Trades, the people's champion.
Never heard of you.
Oh my God, are you Jackal Trades?
Yes, I am Jackal Trades.
Oh, good. Can you settle this tab before you leave then?
What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? I just won Scottish Album of the Year.
What's good, people? What's good? We're back in effect. IRN BRZ motherfucking radio. Back after the hiatus. That was Jackal Trades' Scottish Album of the Year. What do you mean I'm too drunk to finish my beer? That shit's from real life right there, son. Real life. This is the Scottish Alternative Music Awards. The alternative to the alternative. This is where the real motherfucking hipsters are in the building. This is where the real people who appreciate hip-hop music are coming to. Shout out to Ricky Moorhead for following us on Twitter. Appreciate the support. No hate to anybody, but on this stream we will be honouring people who we think were left behind by the nominations this year. Obviously, you can't win them all with award ceremonies. People are going to be pissed off. People are going to be mad. Their mates were shunned and their mates didn't get attention. That's why the Scottish Alternative Music Award was created in the first place. But it's more than that. There's a lot of great music coming out of Scotland right now, and especially hip-hop. The scene is very, very, very lively and active at the moment, and I've got a couple of special guests waiting right now. But we're going to get into it and play a tune from the first guest on the stream before getting her on. It's Becca Starr. First step video coming soon, directed by myself. Keep it locked, IRN BRZ.
I can't believe what I I've seen, I thought that you adored me. Ever so damaged and ever so tragic, and yet to be revered. So she sings to you with souvenirs of all the years it disappeared, and you avoid her like a fucking plague as opposed to act your age. Oh, is it hard for you to deal with it? So you'd rather treat your friends like shit. You are the culprit, the maker of your madness, the drip of self-made sadness. Every illumination pushed us further into blackness. Does she love you though? I never pulse in question, throbbing intentions through a heinous disconnection. It's blanket misdirection. I'll add your praises to the collection. Subsequently, I gotta pass. Gotta think before I act. Ain't taking no more salt and sass. I told you that I loved you and I proved my dedication. Surround myself in decoration, calculated motivations. Does he really love you though? What more's the cunt got to show? Appreciate and don't negate the healing for some bleaking state. Time for us to unsaturate. Oh God, the arteries, they swell and mold. A carcass for this crypt to hold. It's getting full, y'all sins and secrets. Resentment implanted, all get disregarded. The first step's the hardest. I repeat that the first step's the hardest. Walk the walk and talk some talk. Define yourself with vibes and props. What you got through is slick, slim and amateur of life works. Hold on tight and know this pain hurts. Take comfort as it gets worse. She looks so happy but her eyes are so sad. Oh my God. She looks so happy but her eyes are so sad. I live in confined margins. How high a star gets, syncopate the axis. I repeat that the first step's the hardest. I repeat that the first step's the hardest.
Absolute fucking madness. That was Becca Starr, First Step. And the lady is joining us live on the stream now. Becca, how you doing?
It's happening, bro. How are you?
Good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
You too,
first
man.
of all, like, crazy track. The video ain't dropped yet. I won't give anything away about the video, but I was involved in the making of the video, and it was a very, very cool process. How, like, your sound is crazy, and you've been doing this for so long. And I think what's really underrated about you is you produce all your own shit. Like, you're the epitome of what people go, oh, women should be more recognized for doing this. But you've been doing this for fucking time.
Although the production side of things has only really been the past like 4 or 5 years, really. I got into producing like 2015, and then it wasn't until the first album I mastered and engineered was actually the Van Damage album, Neon and Noisy. And after I did that and sort of took that on, it definitely helped my confidence and sort of like, well, why don't I do it for myself then as well? So it was good. So man. And then obviously me and Weedy did the Illogical album together. So that's technically the first like fully produced hip hop release that I done. But as a solo artist, like the album that's coming, Speak No Evil, is fully produced and engineered by myself, composed, the works. My hands are all over it. It's good, man. It's a nice feeling though to have, like, I'm a bit of a control freak, so it's nice to be able to like do it all for myself now. It's the best.
You're getting a lot of props in the chat. Your girl Jenna, Stars Fire.
Oh, my
6'4", the outro's hard as fuck. Indeed.
It is.
Lex Lethal, this slaps. Yes, it do. Props from a juggalo as well. Whoop whoop. Like, with the eye and flame emojis. Yeah, man. Like from what I've heard of this album that you've brought out, you've really done yourself proud on it, and
Thank you, mate.
it's good to see someone like you still about, because like you, when I first started going to like hip hop gigs in Glasgow and stuff, I was like 18, and you were always about, and you've been about for a couple of years before that. I'm not saying you're old. I'm not. This is not a backhanded compliment, Becca.
I am, but I am.
You're aging like wine. You're aging like wine. Okay. No.
Yeah, man, I am. It's going well. So far, so good, man.
But yeah, it's really good to see you continue to level up and get into new avenues as a rapper as well. Because I know you're very much into hip hop, but your sound is not just hip hop; it's quite eclectic. Like, what are your influences?
Man, like to be honest, like it might not surprise a lot of people by my like general appearance that I was a bit of a sort of like alternative gothy sort of, you know,
Fucking
I had my gothy phase. I totally like, so in reflection of that, like when I started sort of creating my own taste in music, like not just what I was hearing on the radio and stuff, when I started accumulating my own taste, like it was very much like a tale of two extremes. It was like crazy thrashy heavy metal, like Pantera, like early Metallica, classic rock, Aerosmith, shit like that, but also like Uncle and Beastie Boys and Portishead's, probably like the Dummy albums, probably like one of the most influential albums in me, I'd say. Like, and more Chiba as well. I was quite into more Chiba and stuff. So it was like my listening was either like pure lovely mellow, like kind of lo-fi, like orchestral epicness, or just thrashy, screamy. Like, so I don't know, that tune that we just played is probably a good representation of that, I suppose, to an extent, because it's got like the melodic sort of dreamy vibe going on with like those lovely wobbly sort of chord
notes. It's eclectic as fuck. Like it's eclectic as fuck. It's all over the place. It's just you. That sounded like a backhanded
compliment. Exactly. No, it is. No, you're right. And I like that, and I do take it as a compliment, 100%, man. So thank you. I sent you a link to the album, so I know you've had a listen to the lot. So you have the perspective more than a lot of people, I suppose, that it is like a really mixed bag of an album. But I think at the same time that the tunes go together, like. And I think the running order's right and everything as well. Like a lot of thought went into everything with this album, as you know, because we've worked on some of the visual stuff together. Like, you know, I'm a bit of a deep thinker, and I'm honestly a geek. Like, I myself love to geek out. I love little rabbit holes in albums or projects, or do you know what I mean? Like, I love to go searching for those kind of things. So I think I've geeked out a little bit with my own album, so there'll be little optional rabbit holes for folk to go down if they want to. But
Becca Starr comes out as a goth. Scottish hip hop scene couldn't have been more surprised. Cheers, Angel. Don't worry. You're getting your play later on this. We're going to move on. We're going to keep it moving because we've got more guests waiting. This next one from the boy Spawn Zero, Jazz Williams.
Woo!
Long time bars.
Hey!
You know I'm sick of the lies. You know I hate the fight. But come from the lights. I be doing too much. I'm sick of the lies. I don't know who to trust, never know who to trust. Do what you want, but don't waste my time. It's taking too long, I'm not getting any younger. You know me, I hate to fight. Ask anyone that knows me, I've always been a lover. Like, damn, where the mums at? Better get some bug, where's the butt pass? I'm not even out my nut, but it's weed so good, cause I'm coming up and I've never done smart. Spawn, you're a good cunt. You're funny, but wouldn't say you're a good drunk. I know that you think you're cool, but you will go far unless you're poor and you push drugs. Who are you believing in the most? Too many gone now, I've been losing hope. That's why I always look like I just seen a ghost. I can't get no sleep, I wish they'd just leave me alone. I don't listen to cat, that's the truth, damn shame. Used to be class acts and put. Just like to watch your lab rats and listen, going out tonight and putting his hand back to use. I'm kinda taking a half-ass for youth musically, I know I don't have jack to prove. But I'm living so bad at keeping in contact with all of my fam and the troops. I say the same my last album, look, nothing has changed, I have that, I'm new. They made something that rap hasn't took, I'm too obsessed with cash tracks and hooks. Look where I'm at, I'm cash trapped and hooked. Check my music and laugh at the views, but I wouldn't get used to it. Shout out everyone that took the piss, cause now I'm good.
You know I run from the lights, you know I'm sick of the lies, you know I'm wasting my time, hey. You know I run from the lights, you know I'm sick of the lies, you know I hate the fight, but
never head from lakes, I've been out here picking face, I'm still out here stuffing rain, yeah. I've been living nice, if you see me stuffing lanes, bitch don't come up, babe. I'm so sick of all this shit, just let me live my life. Never head from lakes, I've been out here picking fakes, I'm still out here stuffing rain, yeah. I've been living nice, if you see me stuffing lanes, bitch don't come up, babe. I'm so sick of all this shit, just let me live my life.
you know I run from the lights, you know I'm sick of the lies, you know I'm wasting my time, hey. You know I
Spawn
run from the lights,
motherfucking Zero, featuring Jazz Williams. That was the lights. And the boys joining us in the stream right now. Speezy, how you doing, my guy?
Yes, sir. I am wonderful. How are you, my man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Mate, you've been smashing it the last year. I think the quality of the music you've been putting out, you've really leveled up over the last few years. That tune especially is a standout to me because a lot of people will say, you know, guys like us who are Scottish and came up rapping on boom bap beats, just like, here's the thing about my shit life, right? Right, that we can't like switch up the style or diversify or make music that would sound radio friendly or that would sound like something that would be played in somebody's car or whatever. And that tune is a fucking banger. And you didn't sacrifice your lyricism in order to do it. So that's a fucking standout for you, man.
Honestly, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Just briefly, like, what did you make of the nominees for the SAMAs this year in the hip hop category?
The SAMAs, I mean, fucking I don't really know a few of them. I've heard of India Rose. I know I'm gonna get that guy's name wrong. The producer, it starts with an L.
Oh, Lewis. I can't remember how to pronounce his surname. That's
yeah,
I'm sorry. Seven, right? I'm sorry, man. I can't. I did check out his shit because I hadn't heard of him before, but I did check out the album that he produced, and it was good shit. Like his beats are fire. Like his shit's on point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, other than that, I hadn't heard of any of the other ones. But yeah, I don't know if I got the wrong information or that, but I think someone on the chats told me that India Rose actually won it. I don't know if that's just happened within the past like half hour or something. So congrats to India Rose. Yeah, she was honestly at the time when they first got announced the only one that I'd heard of. But yeah, but again, it was sort of one of those things. I don't know how that got picked. But the SAY Awards, like it was like people could be entered and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no. So I think then we found out that people got like. So, or whoever, I think it's Nova who won the SAY Award. I think she nominated some. I don't know if she nominated them all, the SAMA Awards, but I know she had some part to do with it or something like that.
Yeah,
but
she was on the nomination the panel that nominates people, and she thought everybody complaining that some people got overlooked were just being better. So shout out Nova Scotia.
Shout out to her too. Like, it's good that she won it, man. Because at the end of the day, man, like. I was never under any fucking illusion that I might have won that. Especially, man, I'm trying to think of the other hip hop or people that made hip hop albums that were in that category. It was like Conscious, Jack Hill, Vagrant. I may have missed someone, and please don't hate me if I fucking forgot you. But like those kind of like, obviously there was Nova as well. I hadn't really heard of Nova. I'd heard no, but in fact that's bullshit. I think I'd seen her play it. Like we played at the same show together one time. But that was honestly only it. But like again, it's good that hip hop won overall that kind of stuff because like Lewis Capaldi and all that sort of shit was in it. It was like it's a win for hip hop in a way. But yeah, like I do think ones like the SAY Awards and stuff like that. I do think other ones sort of get overlooked in some sort of like areas. But I don't know, man. What do I know? I'm just an angry old head now.
Hey, we're all getting up there. Hey, speaking of angry old heads, wait till you see this next dude I'm bringing on. Oh, sorry, that's a backhanded compliment. We already battled and he smoked me. I'm just bitter about that. No, this dude has been in the game for longer than any of us, longer than most of these people who've been getting nominated have even been fucking living on this planet. And he's still putting out fire music. So without much further ado, we're going to keep this shit moving and play the new one from Damaged Goods. This is Pandemic Racism 20. Keep it locked, Iron Bars.
Now is the time to let your hands rise. Fist in the air till we crack the skies. Clenched up, the world just went nuts. Put your defence up. 2020 racism still a thing. The shade of your skin makes scum take a swing. Do the right thing, you're on the right wing. I shook you by you, just want the Lord the King. Breonna Taylor, a list of pure misery. You blame the victims, we stay for a victory. You say all lives matter, please distance me. On the good side, we can sit in history. I'm from an era of crass folk and black jokes. You're from an era of mass folk, this mad woke. The dilemma, the land slopes, the camps broke. Come together, I can't hope this man smoke. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Sirens, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Silence, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Justice for Grenfell. Be quiet. Windrush a death knell. Be quiet. Crush for immense wealth. Be quiet. Get social statues, we smack you be riot. The knuckle dragger, gosling lager. It's your father, what a cancer, an embarrassment, who lives in anger. Cut apart and laughter at a little man of fishing. A racist straight out of Bristol Harbour. You want to see him receive space. You want a pale face shame base. Truth bombs that blames Lake Glasgow was a pure dawn of the slave trade. Fix up, look sharp, bury the truth that your city took part. This world looks dark, but if you fight for what's right, that took heart. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Sirens, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Silence, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Tommy Robinson just lost his sheep. From hatred of speech to a silent to seek. Malice in Wonderland, head under sand, scupper clans, and a beer gut suntan. Yes, yes. Tell me, who's making coffee? Yes, yes. Boris Johnson's and Kate Hop. Yes, yes. Karen, there's your better half. Waving a Union Jack, securing a cenotaph. Good people raise their fist in defiance. You label Black Lives Matter crazy and violent. Dangerous migrants, a plague on an island. When your racist power wars, radio silent. Honest to God, your life is a full cause. Killing immigrants won't bring back the God Lord. I'm not a racist boy. Your lodge is flawed. You spread the disease, you're toxic, you're the cause. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Sirens, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Sirens in the midst of a pandemic. Sirens are blissful and unfair. Silence, a virus is settling. Silence is deafening. Silence is deafening. Respect existence or expect resistance. Respect existence or expect resistance. Respect existence or expect resistance.
Damaged Goods.
Respect existence or expect resistance.
Pandemic 20 by Damaged Goods, and he's joining me live in the stream now. How you doing, my guy?
Old and bitter. Old and bitter and angry. Nah, I'm not kidding, mate.
Getting up there. We're all getting up there.
Sound.
Hey, mad props to you. That tune's fire. Old school as fuck with the dung 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 dung. And there as well, with the message and everything. And you've been doing this shit for time. I think I've told you this before, and I've said this in many fucking interviews I've done. But you were like the first person I think I ever heard rap in a Scottish accent. It was you, and then Respect BA after that. You're a pioneer of this shit, and you're quite vocal about not getting a nod this year. Do you want to elaborate on that?
To be honest with you, it's funny for me. It comes from me at a standpoint. My people that support my music, get in contact with me like that, it's as if I'm at it or something, you know what I mean? It's like there's not a lot that gets celebrated for hip hop in your country, and that's one of the things. And it's like when you don't get the props for fucking the work that you've done, like the walls kind of close in on you, you know what I mean? Like, and the reason why I went on a rant, I wasn't going to, you know what I mean? I was just going to fucking leave it. The reason why I ranted was actually after seeing Bozie's post, and I was like, nah, yeah. I was like, you know something, like. He was completely respectful, you know what I mean, to the situation and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, maybe being somebody that feels a bit disgruntled that they've been overlooked, I'll go in and I'll have a similar kind of thing. And I just thought, nah, fuck it. I'll just tell them to go and fuck themselves, you know what I mean? And I'll just say, listen, what about me? Have I done all this here for nothing? You know what I mean? So I don't care how it sounds, mate, you know what I mean? But I've worked my fucking stones off this year and fucking got dinged, you know what I mean? It's like I represent hip hop fucking more than most cunts put together, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Here's my props.
Yeah, man. That's part of hip hop as well that I think that does get overlooked. That kind of braggadocious, like I'm the best cunt in the fucking world and none of yous are fucking with me. Like that's a real part of hip hop too.
Yeah, you know something, mate. To be honest with you, I don't actually think like that. But this is one where it was like fucking, it was getting on my chest when I was just like, nah, I need to see how I feel here. I feel as if the work that I've put in should be recognised, not just by my peers. Yeah. But I'm not bothered about obviously the fucking industry thing or anything like that. But you've got an award that supports hip hop in Scotland, and I don't know anybody that's put out more material this year than myself. Doesn't mean it's fucking good, you know what I mean? There might be the argument quantity or quality. I'm fine with that. Music's subjective, you know what I mean? But it's just like, fuck me, did I just do this for nothing here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, I do get where you're coming from, and also like someone like yourself, like I don't know, it's a bit of a weird thing because I'm not really sure what to think. Like as far as I was aware, the point of the Samas was to give people who weren't getting already a lot of props or recognition industry-wise or whatever, but had been putting in a lot of work to give them, to shine the light on them, people who were unsigned, who didn't have a deal, people who weren't getting on television, people who... You are somebody who's been underground forever and you've been doing your thing. You've obviously done a lot of very cool shit in the time that in your career and the time that you've been doing it. But you're somebody, just like last year when Steg got honoured after fucking 30 years of putting in work for mainline and Scottish hip hop. You're somebody who I consider in that same category, who's, you know, you've given so much of your life to the craft. It would be cool to see you getting just that little bit, that little trophy. People talk shit about it like it's just a trophy, whatever, but it's nice to get some recognition sometimes.
No, well, the thing is as well, it's like with the work that you've done with the battling, with IRN BRZ and all that, I think representing hip hop goes beyond just recording and playing live. It goes to what you're actually doing to push the culture. And I mean, and you're doing that as well. I felt as if I'd done it as well with Church Street Hip Hop Night in Inverness. I don't even fucking live in Inverness, and I still done a Friday night hip hop show because it was getting to play to different people. Steg with Butter, and it's like I was so made up for Steg getting a nomination and winning last year. You know what I mean? It was great. I felt as if it was like a win for all years. But the fact that you've never been nominated, Bose has never been nominated, Freestyle Master's never been nominated, and Respect BA's never been nominated, you're like, right, these guys know hip hop. You know what I mean? When you say hip hop in Scotland, you think, there you go, there's fucking something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, if anybody wants to question BJ's dedication to hip hop, this motherfucker put on more than one hip hop event in Fort William.
Quite a few.
Yeah, that's dedication, my guy.
And the thing is as well, see, one of the gigs, it was £1 entry, and some cunt come up to me at the end of the gig and ask for their £1 back.
My £1 back?
No bullshit. And I wonder why I've never been nominated for a Sama.
Oh my God, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. What can you do? Hang about, man. We're going to keep it moving, and we're going to play some more music. This next one is from a guy who I 100%, Not only do I think that this guy should have been nominated for the Sammys this year in the Scottish hip hop category, even though he's not technically Scottish, he's been doing his thing up here forever. But this was absolutely a Scottish Album of the Year contender that definitely got snubbed. This is Conscious Root, produced by True No, Everything Test. Keep it locked.
Definitely.
On the beats. Trying to do life while they try to play chess, and it's hard in the moment when everything tests. Trying to lose my mind means I'm trying to think less. Problems till it's congested. Lift weight internally, externally, strong chested. Horror of life circus makes me feel worthless when suffering. No, now staged on purpose makes all bombs worthless. Breathe the heartache, bars take the pain in the moment when spitting on the edge. Microphone freestyles be written. Fuck the levels, I do it for the art, not the medals or the props. Give everything I live for the drop, the beat and the bass line. We're touring a FaceTime, not on iPhones. You get the depiction like grinders on nice. How I sharpen my diction is edgy. Chop live, the wave with the medley. The cut can be fatal. Set car alarm, still got chance to disable with charisma and intellect. Dealing with egos of others that interject. Stay coached as I intercept. Find my grace, I'm trying to solely to settle. Remind me a place in the world is a record. I live in a place where everything tests. Got words, little space, cause everything tests. Few girls, different places, I give them respect like they help me to rest. Then everything tests. I live in a place where everything tests. Got words, little space, cause everything tests. Few girls, different places, I give them respect like they help me to rest. Then everything tests. Dyslexic, can't tell the right from my wrongs. I'm accepted, don't get the props from my songs, but get a little feedback on most of them dons. Right to the ear, background in my mind from the suicidal notion I'm drowned in. Yeah, bruv, trouble, bring psycho to the therapy. Will be killer when I write through with his melodies. Wars my days when I cycle them pedal G's. You know my steez, man, this is the nuts and they hang about. Like them girl know when they're hanging out. If there's booty, you know what I'm banging out. Tunes can wait while I get inspiration. Pussy they make tape and feel pressure, so others can relate. It's relational, I mix up the bread with the E. Frosted grounding and wondering like he's lost. I'm in tune like Stevie, wondering without the stick. I see things that the eyes can't predict. The spider sense pretend where the lies condemn. Frontline, last stand man on the fence. It may be worried, it's only my consent. You can't just take me. I've been on road and road trips ain't great for a state needs. Pick it and floor to the darkness and take me to stranger feet. Guess I won't know to the danger pains. I come bearing the trap drop swings. I feel tortured already. I guess there ain't enough dark for eternity. Really feeling tough, wanting to smack my past, take my mind over, crash my hard drive, snatch the Jedi back black to the dark side. I guess there's truth that there's magic to these archives. I live in a place where everything tests. Got words, little space, cause everything tests. Few girls, different places, I give them respect like they help me to rest. Then everything tests. I live in a place where everything tests. Got words, little space, cause everything tests. Few girls, different places, I give them respect like they help me to rest. Then everything tests.
Conscious Root, Everything Test, produced by True No. Go cop the album right now. Go listen on Spotify, whatever. One of the best albums out of Scotland this year. But this one's a close contender. This is Empress the Realist. We're going to listen to this and bring our guest back on.
Watch me go, you don't know, I know, so I come in slow when I hit them low. I stack my notes and I wrap my quotes. The realist just walked in the room, the realist just walked in the room. Who? Me, the realist just walked in the room, the realist just walked in the room. Got a booting forward with the jewels to match. That's a creepy drop the way I pull in the cash. I zoom right past, she really fast. That's me in the Uber where you're in the back. She said she wants to move to the flat, and who am I to argue with a booty like that? So the two of us dash to the room and we crash. Get the phones off too, got a clear the stash. Wristy frozen timepiece to the bangles. Spit so potent, heat down to the angles. Pick so dope, nice light angles. Hit your flow with nice rhymes. I handle, dismantle the fake shit. Real shit, watch me take it. I don't need to front when it comes to this. I'm the realest, I naturally make it. I said I'm a go, watch me go. You don't flow, I know so. I come in slow when I hit them low. I stack my notes and I wrap my quotes. The realest just walked in the room. The realest just walked in the room. Who? Me. The realest just walked in the room. The realest just walked in the room. Never left, but I'm back snatching wigs. There's only 4 heads, time up at your actual gigs. That's down to fake followers and fake views. And I can't hate yous, cause it's true that you're fake news. I don't rate yous, it's hard to relate. Cause I come hard, you're plastic and fake, no wait. You're drastic and bait, no wait. You're a hazardous state, no wait. You call that a mixtape, I call that trying your best. You're still no great, but trust it's all love, I ain't still no hate. Flipping through grates as I'm rigging through crates. I'd appreciate it if you hold it down. The realest just walked in the room. I'd appreciate it if you hold it down, cause the realest just walked in the room. I said I'm a go, watch me go. You don't flow, I know so. I come in slow when I hit them low. I stack my notes and I wrap my quotes. The realest just walked in the room. The realest just walked in the room. Who? Me. The realest just walked in the room. The realest just walked in the room. I'd appreciate it if you hold it down. The realest just walked in the room. I'm riding these waves to get saving these tunes. The realest just walked in the room. Your favourite is kid, he's no coming back soon. The realest just walked in the room. Who? Me. The realest just walked in the room. The realest just walked in the room.
Yes, yes.
The queen of the land of shadows, a goddess of war among warriors of old.
That was Empress, the realist, off the Love Wins album, one of the best albums, hip-hop wise, that I've heard out of Scotland this year. And it's from a woman! These women! What are we going to do about these women, Becca? What are we going to do with them? Oh, sorry, I've muted you.
I was just saying, these women are a fucking problem, by the way, man. I know all about that.
I agree, these women are definitely a problem.
Women, am I right? Am I right?
Well, we say like that. Do you feel ever like there's a kind of box ticking exercise that goes on when it comes to things like, you know, when it comes to awards and honors and things like that? My opinion has always been, if you make dope shit, you're dope, and if you're a woman or a man or whatever, it doesn't really fucking matter. But obviously some people have a slightly different view of that. Have you experienced any of that kind of shit?
Not yet, but then like I've like technically speaking, I don't know if this year I would have been eligible for anything anyway, because my full album's not out. I've only dropped a couple of singles and stuff, so perhaps I'll have more perspective on that next year. Hopefully, if I was to get a nomination, I'd be quite chuffed, because like you say, it's nice, and I did competitive singing as a Wayne, so I just can't shake that little thing in me that's like, I want the shiny that says I done good. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't understand how it works. Like you and BJ were talking a little bit about that thread, the post that Bose had put up that had a lot of comments and stuff like that. Like, I just don't understand how it works. Like, and I think I was pretty honest about that in that thread of like, I have no idea how the system works with regards to getting nominated or winning, or like, I did find it kind of interesting, some things that were observed about, you know, some folk getting a bit more coverage before winners had been announced and stuff, and that made me kind of go like, I wonder like if some of this is already sort of predetermined to a certain extent, like, because that kind of ruins it for me if that's the case. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I do feel like all award, it'd be great if all award ceremonies for Scotland, I think, had like public votes, or like, you know, that the public decides for an individual in each category perhaps as well, so that there is more, people can mobilize the people power they have behind them and the following they have to push them and stuff. And if you are, like you say, if you're making dope stuff, then folk will want you to succeed and they'll want you to do well, because it's like a win for them too if they dig what you're into. Do you know what I mean? Like, it validates the listener as well. Like, I always thought your shit was dope, but now I know for a fact it is because look what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
Well, like folk who I listen to when they do well, I'm like, yes, I feel like a winner too.
Like, I told you this guy was dope.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, aye man, what's your opinion on it? Like, because I really don't know. I don't know what's going on at all.
Well,
I'm very interested in it, and it would be cool to win something.
Well, first of all, I think you got to be kind of in it to win it, and I never submitted anything at all, so I'm not gonna expect.
Yeah, no, me
because
neither.
I'm out there floating in the ether. The only time I ever got recognised for anything was I got longlisted for Scottish Album of the Year in 2015 for the Chaos album. And that's the only time I ever went anywhere. And I personally think that album was fucking dope and was better than a lot of the shit that even... Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've known a lot of people just outside of music who've gone to like award ceremonies, like business awards. I knew a photographer who won a photography. I got nominated for a photography award and he won it. But the whole thing is just a money-making scheme. Like, you get nominated, you have to like pay to enter, then you get nominated, then you have to bring a certain amount of people with you. They all have to pay for tickets, and that's how like business awards and things like that work. I don't think the SAMAs is quite like that, but award ceremonies, they're a business, and that's pretty much it. And everything else on top of it, the prestige or whatever, is secondary. That's my personal opinion. But I think we're getting too deep into my personal opinion at this juncture.
No, but it's interesting to me to see all extremes of it because, as I say, I'm clueless. So I want to hear all sides of the coins that there is floating about in that well of knowledge and bullshit.
Absolutely.
Speculation.
Absolutely. What we're going to do now is I'm going to play a tune from two guys who I definitely think should have been nominated this year. This is Texture and Astronomic, Burnt Trail, produced by HypnoKid, another great producer who deserves accolades. And then we're going to bring all the guests on and we're going to talk about who we would have nominated if we were the supreme leader technocratic judging panel. This is Texture and Astronomic, Burnt Trail. Keep it locked.
I walked these hospital halls, heard the doctor call. Put off fights like octagons, kept boxing on. Toxic talk, there's lots involved, like letting your toxins talk. As I float, trying to sync with an international body clock. Tick-tock, there's lots involved. She acts like a bitch to get me to act like a nice guy. Fuck you then, bye-bye, fuck you then, really don't need you. Really you need me, like I could do something with my life. I'm just telling my time. Stuck in a hustle, I hustle in crisis. Cut the drivers, they stuck in the blind spot, so suckers are biased. Cut the neck of the wood in a choke. I flex on them like muscular biceps. You pissed on me while I suffered in private, suffered in public. Said you was down for the cause. All of a sudden you silent, had me derailed. This a good thing I had stuff in alignment. Tuned up under the hood again, yes, now I'm up in the mileage. Presses like vinyl, swear I told you undeserving pagans, everything I know. Took it and left me behind, so watch me elevate my next year excellently with every level that I go. In the forest with the gods. Abundance of demons among these men, I'm in a spiritual war. Spread these samples, only thing always blessing my soul. How bless my flow, it's intelligent life code. My texture to rest your mind explode. Protection, no pressure detection, got the finest code. Special pinch of color on every inch I cover. The industry act like a rich motherfucker and sell you a crisis loan. Sign here, the devil is a lie. I've been searching hell, doing this when words fell. All you fucking did for me was spin me in circles and pitch me fairy tales. In a fairy tale, even in isolation, 3 days no sleep, making you turn pale. Made the finger to your bridges like fuck a burn trail. Like fuck a burn trail.
The marks on this page are a cipher. Holy terror, symbol writer. We practice crypto and paper journals like journalists mixing shorthand with graph and type techniques. Ancient hieroglyphic languages, Enochian anti-angelic wavelengths encoding Christian heresy like layers of subtext in Tarkovsky. whole process is cryptography if you study the mathematics. But I could never count backwards, dissected on multiplication tables like traffic accident victims or alien abductees. And so I wrote my own code, indecipherable to any man who seeks to follow the prophecies. Left the keys in the forest, down the back of an ancient god's throat. Clues float like lily pads on algae choke ponds that conceal portals. Too deep a reflection from mere mortals. You find your own path or fail. No turning back on a burnt trail. The frail inherit the earth, but the strong poison the soil. Boiled revolutionary script scenarios beyond the comprehension of your ever-presence. The river of your narcissism feeds the pools I choke with roots and vines. Astronomically refined textures engraved in megalithic altars to the forest gods. Tallest of the old tales, hungry jackals, fools, grails. The truth is in the trees, not the wooden cross and the nail.
Astronomic and texture. My fucking boys killing it in that shit. That's Burnt Trail. Go check out that video. We're getting all the guests all right now to share who we think really should have been nominated this year. And I'm going to start with Spawn Zero because this motherfucker wrote a list. And actually,
you have got a fucking list. Man, like, see the last live feed we done together, because it was so glitchy and all that sort of shit, and it was like really delayed, I looked like such an arsehole. When you, like, you'd be asking me questions and that, I'm just sitting like for ages. It was fucking embarrassing. Like, I watched that shit back today, I'm like, well, let's try and not do, yeah. And every time, I always fucking forget someone. So again, even though I wrote a list, probably still forgot someone. Don't fucking be hurt by it, but like my look at that.
You better not read like fucking 30 people off that list. Like it was 4 nominations on the actual thing.
It's a page back inside. I hope you're ready for this. It's not long. And no, like fucking no order at all. I'm starting off with Weird. Weird released, I mean, maybe not an LP, but he released an EP that I was on. I'm not like doing that because I was on it. It was really good to hear Weird on like really stonky trap beats, like the kind of shit we've been all working on. So fucking big up Weird. He should get some. Wee D, my fucking boy, he released something recently as well. The guy's always fucking working. Like we still got a full album ready in there. Like ready to go, but we just needed to be mixed mastered, and I need to make a cover. That's probably the reason it's been held up, because my dumbass hasn't made a fucking cover. So Weedy, I'm sorry, but you're fucking dope, right? Becca Starr was next on that list, and that's not because you were on the stream, okay? It's because you've released some brilliant singles. I know you haven't released an album, and again, sort of like with the Say album and like whatever else, there's like a weird cut-off line from like November to whatever else. Like there's a weird cut-off, so like. Yeah, but yeah, if you released an album, it'd been yours. Fucking big up Becca Starr. My mate Bars Fury, the guy I make the tunes by LIV with, if that needed any more explaining, he released a brilliant album. I think it was like a month or two after mine. I released mine in February, but like I think it was like March or May or some shit. Brilliant album, like A and B, one side fucking hip hop, one side trap. It was brilliant. I'm trying to fucking move this along because there's still a couple more to go. My boy Uzi. I'm sure a few of you can agree with her. I don't know if he released an actual album, but he's been releasing music like no one on this planet. So he keeps putting it out. He's really good.
Tuna has coming up on the show as well. Like he's definitely in my long list for this year of cunts who've been doing good shit.
100, man, and he's like one of the younger guys as well. Like he's just taking it. Like I love the boy, man. He's really killing it now. Like and by good mob. Sp69, my fucking boy. Like. He's been put. I don't know if he's really released an album. I know he sort of released a sort of EP thing because he's been releasing singles throughout the year. But like Sp69's always been killing it. Love that boy. Stanley Odds / Solarai. Stanley Odd have been releasing like a tune every week or something like that. I don't know what the deal is, but again, may not be an album, but they've been killing it. So again, everyone I'm putting is just a fucking special shout out because I love them. The Scoot Boys like Tech, Wanzu, Papillion, like all the guys like Cleaver Hype. Been killing it this year as well. They've been dropping a bunch of stuff, and I love that shit. And Susan released the best album. I think he released it in November still, but one of the best albums in Scottish hip hop history. Fucking write that down. Fucking write it down.
Fucking kill them.
Next, Kid Robotic, my fucking boy. He
He
released.
already won it. He already won it.
Oh no, but yeah, okay, sorry, next. No, but I know he released a project this year that even I slept on a little bit. So like, that is a really good project. I only listened to that in the past week, which I feel really bad for because he's actually my boy. So, but it's not out of like I'm dumb as fuck. AJ47, one of the other younger guys that's killing it right now. Fucking, I don't know if he released an album, but he's been releasing tunes that get more plays than anyone in Scottish hip hop right now. I keep asking him, "Are you paying for views?" He's like, "No." A lot of people listen to my music. I'm like, I believe you. Like I do. Like I do. I love that guy. Big up AJ47. Mackenzie, that summer 2020 project is fucking beautiful. You motherfucker.
I was waiting for somebody else to do it because I wasn't going to do it myself on my own.
No. Honestly, bro, like a really
I've got
fucking
a
good
list,
project.
and you're on it too. By the way.
Hey, I'm on the list.
Fucking, I would say like Damaged Goods. I think it's probably like, I think the first time we're coming like sort of face to face. Oh no, apart from it, I've seen you at Butter one time actually. You freestyled about me, and I was really happy about that. I remember that. Yeah, but I've seen the singles you put out. I know we've just added each other on Facebook today, but like
it would have been really awkward if you didn't accept the friend request.
And it, man, and I'm just fucking weird with people, man. Like people think that I'll beef with them. It's like, no, I don't really, unless I actually know you, I'm mad weird. Like people think I'm just full of charisma, but I'm really just a nervous week out. Like that's all.
Believe it or not, I've actually got a picture of you on my phone.
Oh really?
You were playing at IRN BRZ, and where it was what was it, Times Square? You were playing. And
I remember that. I was there.
Where the gig was, where the stage was or whatever, was blocking the toilets, and my wife couldn't get by you. So there's a picture of her on stage with you trying to get out after she just done a bit. That picture's on my phone.
That's legendary. Yo, I'm gonna fucking just quickly round these off. So there's only a couple more. So I've said Mackenzie, I've said fucking Roy. Empress, obviously, she released a brilliant album. My boy Jazz Williams, he's been putting stuff out with Mug Wampers and stuff. He's a fucking don. He's putting out some new shit. It's gonna be crazy. Texture, he's been putting out some crazy shit, and I love that guy. And Conscious Root, because Conscious Root's been fucking actively been putting out music like a Nick on this fucking country right now. But yeah, that's my fucking list. I'm so sorry it took so fucking long. God damn.
I think you've listed half the people that live in the Central Belt.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
BJ, anybody to add?
Aye, me 4 times.
Yes, that's the energy we need. Not enough rapper energy here. Too much humbleness.
Only kidding. Humble bragging here. Well, I'd already says previously before this on my post, Mackenzie, Spawn, Becca, and Conscious Root. There's countless others as well. Even when you were saying about Speed 69. You kind of forget because he stays so far away, you know what I mean? And like he's a big English dude, you know what I mean?
Man, he's the loveliest guy on this planet, man. I love that dude.
I do a lot of stuff with Spee. Good lad. There's countless others, you know what I mean? But I'll be here all day. But as I say, the ones that I said was Mackenzie, yourself. You'll see the post. This isn't bullshit, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking Becca says that as well with the singles that she's put out as well. I don't think you necessarily need to have an album out to be considered for these things.
100%.
Shit hot stuff. You know what I mean? So that's why my decisions were who I picked. You know what I mean? But
Becca, what are you saying?
Gasp.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's a very recent one. You're so right.
Gasp did win it in 2014.
Oh, did he?
You can't win it twice. Yeah. That's why I never said Gasp. You can't win it twice.
Yeah. He won it years ago.
What did he win the Alternative Music Awards?
Alternative
music.
No,
it was a Summer.
Yeah.
I think it was the first one.
Well, then he should fucking have won Scottish Album of the Year because Brian the Vampire is. I mean, where do you begin to describe Brian the Vampire as an experience? Not just like with the whole thing out now being out, but the process of that whole transformation he went through and the characterization of that whole thing.
Yeah.
There was one time he did like a random wee live stream about a year ago, just like on his personal page. And I ended up like jumping on it because he was talking about it and I asked him a question. And I wish now I could remember the question I asked him because he said, that's a good question, and ended up reeling off so much about like the sort of geeky aspect that I resonate with, of the depth of the characterization, the depth of thought into like the questions I had for him recently were to do with the numbers in the album and stuff. And I was like, this must mean something, does it? And I couldn't help it. And I messaged him and he explained it. And there's rabbit holes in that album as well. And there's depth to it and like real artistic, like it's just, it's beyond the magnitude of what I expected it to be like. And I expected it to be a monster already because he looked like a monster with that whole transformation. But it's a beautiful fucking monster, man. And yeah, sorry, I didn't realize he'd won, but he should win more because he's one of these cunts that doesn't stop. He's prolific as fuck. He's getting more inventive the older he gets. That excites me. Like, I think that's the sign of a true sort of artist, not just like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck knows where that cunt's going, and that excites me. So I am sticking with it, Gasp, and fucking fight me if you want to. It's cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
For Gasp, I will fight you. Fuck
Fully
off.
agree, man. Fully agree. The guy's on another level.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing you were saying about me getting better with age, like a lot of these guys, possibly even myself, I couldn't do what I do now when I was like 18, 19, because you need experience to build up like songwriting skills and different kind of concept and characters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's quite funny because, for instance, when you're submitting stuff to like the BBC iPlayer at Ashley for your age, it's as if you hit 25 and creativity fucking ends. It's like fucking hell,
true,
man.
man.
Like I had my best creative spurt after I get past the age of fucking 30. You know what I mean? And
me too.
That comes. I think that comes from experience. I mean, experience of playing live, experience of meeting people, life experience, getting better at songwriting. Like I see hip hop for me. It's like fucking karate. There's different dans and different belts. You know what I mean? And I've still not reached a black belt yet. So I would like to jump in and try and get really good at fucking trap music. I'd like to jump in and get really good at grime, like fucking double times, joined heavy metal bands. It was all to become a better MC. That's the way I think. You know what I mean? And
really,
that comes to experience.
BJ's a goth and all, man.
Yeah. You know, I posted a status a little while ago, and I was like, I don't know where the idea comes from, where rappers think they've got to stop like after 30. They're like, no, after 30, I'm not going to rap, as if it's like embarrassing, or it's any more embarrassing than doing it in your 20s. And I'm like, so if you're a guitarist or like a fucking drummer or something, or even just a singer, like you're just going to stop in your 30s. Like that shit seems dumb as fuck to me, man.
Yeah,
like, it really annoys the shit out of me.
I think that's a lot to do with people thinking it's like a young man's sport.
And it's so true. As you were saying about Gasp, sorry, man. It was like, as you were saying about Gasp, it's like knowing that like people that older, it's like, no, like I know that I'll get better when I'm fucking in my like 30 or early 30s or late, whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm not gonna just sit and like put this fucking timestamp on it, but like I'm done now. Like it's done.
But I think at the same time it's important to consider that like that is not a given. Like that is equal to the amount of fucking effort you put in, and this is why, like, do you know what I mean? So, like, you can't just sit back and be complacent, like, well, I'm gonna have more stuff to say now that I'm 32. Like, no, like, you have to have been writing consistently. You've got to keep it going, keep it moving, and like, you can't just rest on it, man.
For sure, it's an ever-evolving craft, but
the craft and the graft, mate, my two fucking favorite words.
Yeah, they are.
I think that narrative of like older, like there being an expiration date on when you can rap and still be relevant is totally dissolving, because if you look at this year, like the album that Busta Rhymes just released.
Yeah, man. Griselda as well, like
Griselda, Royce da 5'9", like dudes in their 40s are releasing great shit still, and it's going to keep going like that. And as hip hop ages, because hip hop's like 40 years old now, so as it ages, it's only going to become more refined. We're gonna take a little break and play a couple of tunes from a couple more people who I think definitely should have got nods. based on the fucking numbers they've done. Like we've not even had the numbers conversation yet. Obviously, when it comes to numbers, Becca Starr is bossing us all.
Murdered it.
Coming up serious numbers on Spotify.
Murdered it.
Mad, innit? Fucking mental, boys. I'm as fucking confused as the rest of you. It's good times.
It was me that listened to it 500,000 times.
Quit being dumb.
Is it? Please do that. No, do that. It does help.
This Melrose featuring Snow and Sherlock, Burning It Down. 3 cunts that definitely should have been nominated.
My life I'm telling around, and I'm loving the sound. I'm never going back, get back on my tracks and stacks of hundreds of pounds. My feet are touching the ground, and I'm hungrier now than I've ever been to get the screens of these bridges. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Yeah, burning them down, yeah, burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Burning them down, burning them down like a blunt in my mouth. We ain't playing games, we ain't fucking around. Heads up in the clouds, but I'm touching the ground. And I've always been the one that stood up at the crowd. Made for this, keep the show on the road, living dangerous. You know how it goes, ever since I got the keys I've been opening doors. Hit up Sherlock for the bars and smoke for the flow. Hit up with the wisdom when I mission when I rap. Driven till I'm winning, I'm sitting at the tap. When I'm at a top spot, I'm never coming off G-Town on top, let's see what I think of that. Different for the start, man, we ain't the same. Hear what I'm saying, keep it real to the game. Active out any scheme every day, man, why lock us up in 3 years in chains. Living in hell when you're hungry for the payroll. Life keeps turning round like tornadoes. You can't be an angel, get baked in a make dough. Need to learn how to craft smarter and take notes. Bug me get crushed like an insect kid. I've been burning them down like some incense sticks. Since I came with the wave, I've been sinking ships. Still making my music up in the mix. My life I'm turning around, and I'm loving the sound. I'm never going back, get back on my tracks and stacks of hundreds of pounds. My feet are touching the ground, and I'm hungrier now than I've ever been to get the screens of these bridges. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Yeah, burning them down, yeah, burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Burning them down, burning them down. Back up when I step in, the Ned King, start flowing, I better make a head spin. Soon shit, no fake like wrestling. It's big rips on mic when I bless them. Test one, big kiss and make them dead done. Dead fun, going sicker than Ted Bun. Red rum, sip some of that, and it's back to the gaff on the graph for the Ched funds. That's that guy high, bro. Saw mash when I grab that viral. I'm up now, fuck a downward spiral. No rivals, cause a lot goes psycho. Real shit, I did this with my eyes closed. So a lot of you guys need to fix up. Real talk, you don't do it like Chris does. League of my own, but I'm not like Chipmunk, nah. Fucking cypher up when I shell down. Last 7 cent, but son, I'm hellbound. Just to be fucked, be fam well now. I do this for my bras and Ned Town. I do this for the farming to get out. Don't want to stay here all my life, mate. Bagging me view to see when the sun sets down. Fuck off, gripping a bad pal, wait for that go. I'm turning around, and I'm loving the sound. I'm never going back, get back on my tracks and stacks of hundreds of pounds. My feet are touching the ground, and I'm hungrier now than I've ever been to get the screens of these bridges. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Yeah, burning them down, yeah, burning them down. I'm burning them down, I'm burning them down. Burning them down, burning them down.
Melrose, Sherlock and Snow, Burning Them Down. Definitely worth a nod. So is this guy, because he's been killing it for time. Shot the video, got shared by T-Pain. Big up T-Pain for sharing this shit. It's physics.
Been away for a minute, trying to find a fucking space to escape from the glitch of the state. But I said about brains, I epic and every day, sick of the bed, I can sleep, the subsistence. Yeah, and I'm ashamed to give it, but I'm grateful, so my end of the same. And I wish it's never been, shit, so I can place, blame victim of this made physics, like it's waste of existence. Race, under the drift, right, dry, at the time, every night, getting peaceful. High as a cake, let's right, and I windmill sky, with it in white dreams, and my crypto dash, and the shit makes seem like a picnic ride. Rappers gets for the relevant and dignified, but I take this to figure out what I have to survive, getting by, but it's getting my teeth. This is why I've been distant, and not speaking much, I see the country praising. and it eats me up and away for the scene, make a beast the bump. It seems I had to come back just to feed it bump. It's been a couple long years since I dropped in it and stopped kidding. I get lost and I see a bus. I met I've done a couple features with my feet sucks, but I released a ton of haters. Good that they know my deepest work. I'm season up to my dome is due. I know my screwed like bros, going more than good. But going through more shit than I thought I do. Pouring booze so crits, I'm open wounds. Focus them in on the code, but they know my clue. Those that do this control if you owe me you. Cooking booze to my soul, now I'm totally good. They go my brush on my low with my phone on mute. It's like, so don't call me. Cause every day's a fucking off day normally. And I don't think I'll ever stop playing body with my thoughts. Cause I drop, but they all stay haunted. So don't call me. Cause I don't give a shit about your flaws. I'm as fault like it's all you. All I ever wanted was to lodge you. Until I clocked you, I'm flogging me a Ponzi.
I've been lost in madness lately. Laughing off the fact I'm crazy. Fucking crazy. Just lucky to be I've been swamped in panic daily. Laughing off the fastest train. Fucking crazy. Just lucky to
well, then I get a best of me, 100% this is you put my hate to me, quick take to me, I just shit to bend, take you on a great, the bigger it meant, well, maybe self-pity, I'm pretty depressed, can tell, can you better explain what I made it to the fucking hell, is me help, guilty, better get in my head, he said to me that I'm dead, take until I can build a remedy, my mistakes at last, I raised my hand, and my head, and I shoot for back, I waste and miss my days, think like it crap, my spirit, critic, rap, and every place that you said, I should maybe crash, I break packs on a day, like a sport in my cell, I pull up, built, like it, hope I won't tell, so bad shit, crazy, the moment I fell, and this trap shit's made me a coast, and I'm chill, all this metal in my coldest goods, I know I screwed like bolts, going more than good, but going through more shit than I thought I do. Pouring booze so crits, I'm open wounds. Focus them in on the code, but they know my clue. Those that do this control that you only you. Control the use to my soul that I'm bored the blue. They got my brush on my loan with my phone on mute. It's like, so don't call me. Check up everybody get a for me. Drop the best cause, make a second of the swap state. Kissing up my old ways, but I'm like a half-man zombie. So don't call me. So I don't give a shit, I better close it. You toss me the poxy. Like I'm like a moth and a poxy. I want you, and maybe your nose and a mosque.
I've been lost in madness lately. Laughing off the fact I'm crazy. Fucking crazy, just lucky to be I've been swamped in panic daily. Laughing off the fastest train. Fucking daily, just lucky to
be Wise man once said, there's no failure except in no longer trying. And to me, true words have never been spoken. I gotta keep my head up, but giving and giving it every edge. What's best just to get it in with that kid in the face up. Face up, I haven't let other get regrets. When the fuck am I gonna figure this mess? Instead, but spent months on a break at the set and went nuts. Living guns for the wish they was dead and dead. So I'm just lucky just a bit when I felt the depths.
I've been lost in madness, fucking laughing off the fact I'm crazy. Fucking crazy, just lucky to be I've been swamped in panic, baby. Fucking laughing off the fastest train. Fucking crazy, just lucky to be
Physics Alive. Go check that video out right now. It's fucking dope. Gonna get a guest back on as we head into hour 2. We're gonna go for a little bit longer because I've been enjoying the convo, man, because we've all been locked down. Our dear supreme leader has commanded that we stay in the house again. And I guess we're all just fucking doing it. So basically, this does actually tie in relevantly to the conversation of the next thing. How are we all expecting this whole music thing to go in the next year? Can we have gigs again? Can we have fun again? Can we hug each other again? Can we
I fucking hope so, man. I really hope so.
Man.
That's what I'm missing the most, man. Like, putting out music is one thing, but like actually going out and performing it, like I've done a bunch of gigs over the past couple of years, and I even played 2 this year, which I feel really fucking weird about because I know there's no. I meant to see The Weeknd this year actually, and I fucking got my tickets returned. Like I was not happy about that. But yeah, like this sucks, man. Like the whole gig atmosphere, like I really miss that more than anything. Like we can make music till the fucking day's done, but like actually going out and seeing cunts is what I miss the most. I think.
A lot of the music that that I've made this year is geared towards a live performance, which is no fucking happening. You know what I mean? So it's quite weird. It's like, there's only so many times I can ask my cats to say ho and maybe a fucking pause in the air. You know what I mean? I can't wait to play live because I feel as if I've got some fucking bangers ready to smash. You know what I mean? And that's just because of the sheer volume of it. You know what I mean? And as I say, a lot of the stuff, I don't write really mad reflective stuff. It's always for a live setting, but when there's no live setting, you feel as if fucking hell, man, what am I doing this for here? You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah, it's an unsure time, but yeah, I don't really know where to move on from there. I don't have a format for this at all.
We'll get it back one day.
We'll get it back, hopefully.
After we take that vaccine, that 90 to 95% vaccine,
After Ticketmaster gets our DNA sequencing and determines that we are of an ethnic composition that is worthy enough to go to a gig.
Well, as long as Ticketmaster return my Lamb of God fucking tickets that I've not got to see this year, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? I want my 40 quid back. You know what I mean?
Okay, well here's a good place to finish off the conversation a little bit, because what's interesting about this year's Sam is that every year they make decisions that people don't agree with, and people are never going to be completely happy when it comes to an award ceremony. People want their mates to get fucking nominated and win, and you're never going to please everybody. But this year has been particularly strange because people like myself and the people on this stream and a lot of other people who really do follow Scottish hip hop quite closely had not really heard of some of the artists who were nominated, and that's quite strange. And at one time you could think maybe we're just in a little bubble. Maybe our little bubble should be bigger. The other thing that you could think is, well, these artists suck at fucking promotion if we haven't heard of them. Do you think does anybody here think there is a bit of a bubble that we're in and things need to branch out a little more?
I was actually thinking about that today because obviously you don't want to come across as some fucking old bitter cunt, you know what I mean? But I'm only kidding. See with that, as far as like the bubble and stuff goes, it's like usually I feel as if I'm quite up on what's happening in hip hop in Scotland, and as everybody said here, I've not heard any of the acts apart from India Rose, and even then I hadn't heard the India Rose that much. It's no disrespect, you know what I mean? But is there a divide between audiences here where we all think, well, this is a best pals act, you know what I mean, a clique and stuff like that? And it's like, I don't know. I've not got the answer to that one, but there might be a wee case of, I don't know, of some sort of bubble mentality. But what I usually do when the SAMAs get announced, I always look into the artist and see what their numbers are, how many followers they've got, whether it's justified that they're there, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, you can see why these artists have been picked for that particular situation, whether it be a gender demographic, geographical demographic, whatever it would be, you can understand the choice. But I think everybody's scratching their heads this year for some strange reason, because a lot of this, it doesn't add up. But that's no disrespect to the artists, you know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah, I kind of I had a point there and I totally lost it. Becca, do you?
Nice one, Spawn.
Hold on.
Did you have a fucking point? You fucking forgot it, fuck's sake.
I nearly had it.
Right. I just need to explain that, see, when me and Spawn are together in person, that's exclusively how we talk to each other. Even if it's just like, hey, mate, how you doing? It's like, fucking all right, mate.
That's actually what me and Mackenzie are like.
Is it?
No.
No, but in the terms of people, sorry, I think I've nearly got it back.
No, if you remember, go.
I think I lost it again, Becca.
No, I'm lighting my doobie, so you need to go.
Oh, well, I've got one too. Okay, well, I'll try and think of it. What were we just talking? Like, so you were talking about the lack of like knowledge of who's there. I'll try to like rewire my brain here.
The bubble thing.
Basically, yeah.
The bubble. That's it. Right. My theory. Sorry, Mackenzie. Sorry, Brian. I know about this. The bubble thing. I think that maybe is what hinders us, because there's a Scottish the scene the Scottish hip hop scene, and like I feel like that has always kind of been a bubble. And I'm not saying that no one from in the scene has not won it. Like, you've got like Kid Robotics won the Samas. I don't really know so much about the Say Awards. I always got them mixed up, but like I know they're separate awards now. But like it's like I feel like not all like anyone in this little Scottish hip hop bubble. All the sort of people that would be like fuck the BBC before they've even been on it, or that kind of shit. Where it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I do think that we do hinder ourselves by being this sort of little exclusive scene, and I don't know, man. Like, I always feel like the people that aren't in the scene, like people like Nova and that. I've not seen her a lot of her, or I have seen her at gigs and stuff like that. I'm not saying she's completely exempt, but like, or like Young Fathers and stuff like that. I mean, I've never heard of them before. Like, I still don't really know who the fuck they are. But like, it seems like the hip hop acts are like completely separate to the Scottish hip hop scene. Seem to be the ones that do better, and it's maybe a good thing. I know it can be quite a weird place to be, but I feel like everyone at least knows what's happening in this little scene. Like, everyone knows who's good and who's bad, kind of thing. Like, sometimes, because a lot of stuff has been peddled. I've got a thought recently. There's a lot of pandering kind of shit where it's like, do you really think that's a good song, or do you really think that's a good this or that, or whatever? It's like, I don't think there's enough honesty at the moment as well. Like, I don't think there's enough people actually giving their true opinion. They're just sort of pandering because their friend might have made it, or kind of. And I've been totally guilty of that myself in the past as well. Like, hanging with a shite rapper that you're chilling with, and they end up like, you're like, oh, aye, but he's my friend. Like, I can't say he's shite, but thanks for saying I was the best on the song. Like, yeah.
Don't talk shit about jails like that.
James, you best you. Nah. Yeah, I don't want him to ever battle again, but I love his songs. He knows that. I've told him that like 3 things a week.
It's always an experience. Anytime you watch a jails battle, it's you guarantee the other person is going to have a legendary performance.
Yeah, you seen Jails versus Q Riot? Best thing on the planet.
Crazy. BJ, go ahead.
Hi. Sorry, what I was going to say was, when we were going back to the bubble thing, I was actually wondering if the hip hop thing within the Samas is exclusive to hip hop, as in being disgruntled. Because when I was in my metal band, I've got a lot of friends in metal bands, and there was none of this kind of chat. How come this person wasn't selected and blah blah blah? Then you begin to think, is obviously hip hop runs off like ego and shit like that, you know what I mean? You do sometimes wonder if maybe the Samas are like that. Maybe we'll just ditch the fucking hip hop award. They're a bunch of moaning fuckers, man. You know what I mean?
I wondered as well if, like, is it that we are the true underground? Is that like, does that play a part in it? Because, you know, like, you do tend to find with like the grassroots underground people tend to be a lot more passionate and driven and supportive and proactive and stuff. And I think that Butter and events like that kind of reflect that. And obviously Steg's come up already, like, in conversation. Like, he's one of these folk that is like a magnet for, like, is that what it is? I don't know. Just when we were blethering there and you were talking about the bubble, it occurred to me, like, does that play a part in it? Because, like, the impression I get with like India Rose and her team is they're definitely seeming to kind of go down a more commercial route, like, and sort of sound a little bit, and like content and appearance and things like that, because she does have like a marketing team and stuff, right? So I wonder if, like, because of that it's a more sort of commercially viable and not so underground and gritty. And is that it, or a chat and shite? Because I have
I get that.
I
get that. But the thing when you're talking about Steg there, I think Steg is the perfect guy to lead the panel for all future nominations, because I've known Steg since the age of 15, 16, and trust me, he ain't biased. He ain't biased. He's no biased
to ignore as well. Like, he's a big pillar in the hip hop scene. Like,
he knows everybody, and I feel as if Steg was the head honcho as far as being part of the selection committee for the Samas, everybody that deserves a fair shake of the stick would get it.
I feel like Dave Hook's another person as well who's like qualified, because he is one of these people that checks everything, and like you can tell that. Do you know what I mean? Because he's constantly sharing people's stuff, and
Freestyle master as well.
Yeah, that was about to say that. Tony Smoke's another one, man. Like he's working with international artists now, as well as like some of our crown and glories. Do you know what I mean? Like Shogun and stuff. I actually meant to say earlier that one of my shout outs would have been Tony Smoke for sure. Like he had sorry, I keep forgetting the name of it. So Bitter, the new one with Afro. It's so good, but it's also a sort of departure, and like that new that one with Physics that you played as well. Like the production on that, man. Oh my god, Tony fucking Smoke, right? Like so good. Like he's familiar enough as well. I feel
like the reason why I mentioned Steg being unbiased, because he's not going to be biased to any subgenre within hip hop either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whether it is commercial, whether it's deep dirty underground, he would pick the dopest shit, you know what I mean? And
I don't think it would be based on numbers with Steg. I don't think it would just be based on numbers either, which I feel like that might play a part in some of it, with like.
No, this year, because when you look at it, I was surprised that I thought, well, in previous years it's like, you can see why that's been an option, but this year it's just like, it's not really.
Definitely not based on numbers.
I didn't go looking, I'm clueless, but that's interesting. I'll maybe message you after this, BJ, and have a.
I know fuck all about numbers.
I'm clueless.
It can't be about numbers, trust me. Like no one's really doing like massive numbers in some ways. Like even though West Coast the truth, I did check our stuff out, and it's not like tens upon thousands of views. It's like 2,000-3,000 views, like kind of regular sort of view count, but it's kind of like. But yeah, and it's like again, I don't know if it's a whole clout thing. I don't know if it's just because you're sort of out there and you're putting videos. I always say videos is the main thing. Like if you're not putting videos out, there's basically no point in releasing an album. Like,
has there been any comments? Like, has there been any like speculation or comments? Like, folk.
Yeah, people drop your.
Well, she was chosen before it was announced, and they said for the. Oh, sorry, someone. I was like, but they said for the first time ever. They knew who the winner was before it was announced. Like they knew it was Nova, and I don't know how far they knew, but it was something that I read up. Like I don't know.
Hey, this is an open invitation as well. If Nova actually wants to come on the stream and talk in general, I'm very open to that. I feel like we're talking shit about the lassie without.
No, man. Nova knows, because I fucking know, because I've been to her shows and shit. And I didn't see loads of like what we would call our bubble there. I was fucking there. I've been going to her shows and shit, man. I've kept my eye on her. We did the all-female show with like Shady and Tremendous and stuff. And I met her and Thea, lovely fucking lassies. And I did keep an eye, and it's been exciting for me as well because of how much I've been putting into myself to see how she's been doing well. And like, I have so much time for her, and I think she's a very, very nice lassie, and I was genuinely chuffed to see her win. That does not mean, though, when she says that folk like Bose are being bitter and should do their own awards, that I'm not going to say no to that. But that is a separate issue. That's got nothing to do with what I think of her as an artist and an individual. That's a difference in opinion, or do you know what I mean? Like, and I would hate to think that she feels like the bubble is like turned, or like there's disrespect there or anything, because I think it was just based on that topic and that conversation and the fact it was Bose's thread, who's someone you just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Like, if Bose has an opinion, I'm kind of the opinion myself, I'm going to have a wee listen, because the cunt's been doing it since the start. Like, and we wouldn't have the ground. Like, because, you know, like you and Bose came up around the same time, right? And Steg and all that. Like, yous go way back to the 80s breakdancing and shit.
Yeah, I was the next wave, Becca. I was the next wave after that, so I'm not going to take credit for that. And I mean, they guys, freestyle master and all that, all paved the way for me to jump onto the next wave. You know what I mean? But cheers for that.
So we're just a bunch of waves. It goes like Bose, BJ, Tank, Becca, Spawn, fucking Mackenzie's back in the back with me, but like being raging. Like,
I'm a second beat, baby.
But no, I would hate to think, and I hope you guys echo it as well, that like that isn't like there's disrespect or ill feeling towards Nova for winning, because like she's done fucking really well and she's been grafting.
I've not
and
actually
she's
mentioned
coming
that
to
that's the
her
name on
own.
this.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, hip hop's been like I was saying. At the end of the day, hip hop got represented all over things like I said, like Lewis Capaldi and all these other like indie albums, which is something I've always had a grudge about. Because I'm like, oh, of course the fucking indie album or the dude with the fucking guitar is gonna win. Like, it's kind of almost a given sometimes. So it is comforting to know that there are people that sort of care about that in some ways. But yeah, like
that shit's over now. Like I said this to you before we started the stream, but like now if you want fucking musical clout, don't learn how to play guitar. Don't fucking join a rock band anymore. That shit is dead now. Learn how to rap. Learn how to make beats. Get a SoundCloud. Fuck you. Like we're not having another Travis. We're not having another Lewis Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi's a really good singer. But who's
I'm playing a gig with him. He supported me. He supported me at Sketches.
Supported you?
Not joking. Not even joking. He supported me at Sketches about 3 months before he got fucking massive.
Yeah.
And then look where he is and look where I am. Fucking greeting about fucking not getting a fucking say award.
Yeah, it's a killer, mate.
I really don't care, but I'm here for
it's
the
a killer.
Deal.
I mean, fucking. Oh man.
Here's a name.
I'm dying inside. Like
a name that's not been mentioned yet on this stream, and it's weird because this is the only Iron Bar stream that we haven't done this. Dungeon.
That was so loud. All my neighbours heard that.
That's the only way to say dungeon. All right, we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to wrap it up in a little bit. I'm going to play a couple of tunes and wrap it up with a guest. This has been a really fun fucking conversation. I've really enjoyed this. Shit, who should I play? Oh yeah, this motherfucker is definitely one that's been on people's lists. This is Susan Hologram.
Yes, sir.
Keep it fucking locked, man. Iron Bars.
Yeah, Susan. Check. Smells like summer rain. Just another day, overqualified and underpaid. Honest man, call a cunt a spade. I picked the fucker up and dug my grave. Eyes popping out like I'm Douglas Quaid. Yeah, this restaurant's lit. Whole place for the pigs' heads on sticks. Fuck about with the click, get dumped like them. Some in Szechuan dip. Deadshot shit. My G's never let one slip. But these days they seem saturated with MCs trying to get respect on tick. It's a grim look. Got your crew hung on a slip hook. Twisting a zoot on my top, more twisting a plot than a Philip K. Dick book. No wonder the kids cooked. Fresh out of cannibal summer camp. Who's the best in the scene? Who cares? All of that patter is fucking rank. Yeah, money talks, but the skunk's louder. Rough down or come down. Adjust to the bug powder. Sussed out the bus routes. Jump town to enter zone. Pull a classic William Tell trick like it's my ticket home. Got the warrant out of Scotland Yard. Hop the border and he dropped the charge. Woke up still proper jarred. Bolt cutters and a cotton scarf. Whole entourage on some Bob Lazar. Shades on, watching a little green man in a tiny blue planet and shiny blue package and run for the hills and fight for food. Scavenger gouge with a zoot like why's your crew scattering? I don't give a rat's arse if you do one. The whole world's burning. Fuck marching under the banner of a new one. Just enjoy the light show, popcorn and the grin of a cycle. The warm glow of 9 billion iPhones lit up in sync, triggering a glitch in the cycle. Beyond the brink of survival, milking your cash cow. Desperate to catch clout, tell me how that pans out. Eesh, bad crowd, better record it for later. The Stone Age Neanderthal thought that a glacier can watch how the children are fought over paper. Talk to a savior? Nah man, I ain't got guts to spill. Just a doorstep for the demons. I opened up and let them all chill. But what's it worth? Jam a spanner in your optic nerve. Holograms of a hollow earth. Houston to Apollo 13. Do you copy? Do you copy? Nah, I'm nodding off. Do not disturb. On the spectrum, but I'm off the curve. Houston to Apollo 13, do you copy? Do you copy? Do you copy?
Susan. Holograms. That boy definitely deserves a place in the fucking list. And so does this dude. This is Cryptic. Found the Love, produced by Crank.
I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love, I had it all along, I just couldn't see it cause I had my back against the wall, between a hard place and a rock, going mad, I lost the plot. I knew that it would suit me if I crafted another song. So here it is, as I feel I'm hitting fever pitch. Never in my life to this extreme have I believed in it. Egotistic lyrics just a gimmick, now they're deepening. Like the seeds are planted, now I'm harvesting and reaping it. Machining this, reaching to the ends of the earth. And I know no limits between heaven and hell. And I'm not trying to be anyone else. Now the only thing I'm doing is trying to better myself. One day at a time, I'm done changing my mind. I love hip-hop, slave to the grind. I feel it running in my veins, my spine. And I'm never gonna stop pumping for the sky.
Have no more use for you. I know you can easily find. You will never bring me. I found someone. Take away my trouble. Bring my sadness to me.
I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love left me higher than an ounce of blood, high up on a mountain top, higher than the clouds above. I found the love hiding on the inside, feel the raw emotion as it's choking up my windpipe. This right here, just a little bit of insight. Sit tight, kid, you don't wanna have a midlife crisis. Time that you open up your eyelids, nip it on the blood before it spreads like a virus. Desiring a better life, let me help design it, refine it. Fill you up and feeling at your finest. Right, fresh ways, eager and awake. Sick of feeling melancholy, being in a state. Day-to-day complaining, nothing ever seems to change. But when we're looking back, we see that nothing is the same. So now the aiming against is stay lefted, less destined. Keep following my instincts. If things don't feel real, then you switch ya. Peace, one love, saying out. This is cryptic. This is cryptic. This is cryptic.
Have no more use for you. I know you can easily find. You will never bring me. I found someone. Take away my trouble. Bring my sadness to me. I found love. I need love.
It's Cryptic, Found the Love, produced by Crank. Oh, StreamYard's having issues streaming to Facebook. Fuck him. Guy Jefferson saying Scottish rap is poetry. Big up. Appreciate you. It really is. We're going to wrap this shit up real soon. Cheers, everybody, for jumping on the stream with me. This has been a really fun conversation. And it's been nice to fucking pay a bit of homage to people who think we're fucking doing good shit this year. Honestly, this year I think has been the strongest year ever for Scottish hip hop in terms of releases. Everyone's killing it with the releases. Obviously, Shogun's doing great things in terms of getting on the rap game and all the types of exposure that comes with that. And I think despite all the bullshit that we're facing, we're in a really good position, a really strong position. Fucking, this is the Brain Trust now. This is the new panel for next year. If the Sam don't have 4 of us as the panel for next year, what even are they doing? All right. Starting with Spawn, what the fuck have you got coming next, bro? Plug your shit. Let people know.
I'm working on another solo album. I'm just waiting on collabs for that. I've got another wee thing that I don't even know if I'm going to release, but I'll just say that I've got a wee thing, another solo wee thing. I've got a fucking LIV Wee D album, which is fucking just sitting waiting to go, but we've got a wee couple of wee dumb things to do, and we started LIV 4, so it's all happening. It's all happening. Videos and shit coming soon, so yeah, look out for it. Follow me on Spawn Zero everywhere. Whatever, you know.
BJ, what you got coming up, man?
Sex tape.
Ooh.
Is that the name of the new grindcore brand you're going to be in?
It's just me, it's in it.
Just you.
You're jacking off furiously in front of the camera.
Hey!
Good OnlyFans.
We are makeshift Sama.
Oh my god, man.
I won the Scottish Album Mate of the Year.
Scottish Wank of the Year. Nah, I'm only kidding. The next stuff we've got rocking, it's officially getting released, is the Pandemic single, which comes out on December the 7th, I think it is. Sorry, December the 4th, and all proceeds go to CRER. And we just wrapped up the EP with myself and Butterscotch called Brothers from Another Planet. I'm
excited for that one, man.
I'm swearing that it was so much fun to do it. You know what I mean? It's like just me and Butterscotch going back and forth with rhymes and just like matching up syllables, the whole fucking shebang. A 6-track EP produced by Zini. I'm not just saying it, there's some fucking bangers on that, and it was such fun to do because I'm in there trying to get things set up in the morning, and he's away going for a swim in a fucking lock that's like -15. You know what I mean? And shit like that. It was Butterscotch has been a mate for years, and I think when people hear the EP, they'll hear a good chemistry there. So I'm really looking forward to that dropping. Yeah. Should be the end of the year.
Yay!
Looking forward to that.
What you got?
What's that called again? It's a cool name. Is it Brothers from Another Planet?
Brothers from Another
or something?
Planet. It's today.
I like that.
It's today with me having roots in Fort William and him having roots in Dingwall. You know what I mean? Just coming at things from a different perspective. You know what I mean?
World of difference.
Tempo tapping shit. I love that.
Aye.
Becca, what you got coming up?
The music video for the single First Step, which me and Mackenzie made together, is coming very, very soon. Very soon. So just keep your eyes peeled for that to get shared. And then the next single, which I think it's cool to announce actually, because it's solid that it's going to be the next single, is a tune called I Forgot, that I actually did like a live session for, and it was the first tune officially, I guess, that started the album process, that's been out and people have heard me gig a lot and is kind of a favourite when I gig. Folk like ask for it and stuff, so I feel like folk will be happy to hear that that's the next single, and I'll be doing a video for that. So you never know, Andrew might give you a wee shout and stuff, because it was really fun the last time.
You need batting dancers.
Absolutely.
You need emotional support.
Right.
Thank you.
I'm the white Michael
I'll
Jackson.
get you. Yeah, you know I need that emotional support, boysies. So for sure. So like that, and and I'm also the past couple of days, hence all the glitter on my eyes and stuff, I'm not just like cutting about lockdown looking like this. I was filming a festive video for Unsilent Night, which is an online event being put on by Music Broth, who are amazing. That's getting aired on the 13th of December. I personally don't trust my internet to do it fully live, so I'm pre-recording live sets and putting together a really cool wee video for that. So that'll be out on the 13th of December, and it's kind of a medley of some of this stuff I've been doing this year, and I think it'll be really fun. So I hope you enjoy it. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Andrew? What have you got coming, Andrew?
Yeah, what are you doing, bro?
Oh, I don't want to give it away. Next year, 2021, in the sex tape.
With PJ.
Only fans starting fucking January.
We're gonna, yeah, for real. We're gonna have a fucking sword fight. No, I'm kidding.
Scottish Sex Tape of the Year awards.
Yeah.
Top 2 contenders, man.
Let's go. Yeah, fuck it. We'll get Ashley Ryder on the podcast and we'll do this. Actually, shout out Ashley Ryder every single time. I don't even know who that is. The next thing I got, I'm not going to announce I've got a music video in the works, but I want to fucking have it as a prize.
Not anymore, bro.
But there's things coming. That's all we need to know. There's things
I love it.
coming.
That's what we need to know.
2021, I'm in the Premier Battles Anarchy tournament, and I'm going to run through absolutely fucking everybody in that tournament.
You know we've got your
boy.
undying support for you, bro. You got this.
Me and Acre are both in the same segment, the same bracket. So regardless of what happens, a Scottish person is going to take that tournament for sure. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for coming on. This was a really fun chat. Much
I love you guys. I miss you guys.
You, man. This was fun. I love you. Let's do
I
this.
really love you guys. It's been really cool to just hang out.
A song with this cunt and that person and then that person. Let's do it. And that, wait, that person.
Fun, you guys.
Right here. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much.
Peace out. Love you, bro. Peace out.
Peace to everybody. And peace to everybody joining us. We're going to play a couple more tunes because we looked at the present, but now we're going to look at the future. These next couple of tunes that we're going to end on are from two dudes who I think maybe 2021 might be in for being the top fucking cunts. The slippery trash mouth. Buy a hoodie right now. Shout out good mom.
Slippery trash, bro. About to remember where I came and I don't really give a fuck. It's not this good part, but rapping is not good. I got some fuels, man. I got put the money in the basket case. I've been practicing my casket face. I'm trying to set on my ass for days. I'm in the back rooms. How you trying to pass my place? No accolades. Do it, then I smoke at 8. Done sleeping, I've been woke for days. Broke my face, trying to keep pace on the flatland. Uzi hit the pussy with the CAT scan. Sniffing up the fat tank, petrol in the gas tank. I rag bang, drugs in off the Snapchat. And you can ask your slag, bro, I never snap back. SOS when I tap that. Keep the Morse code on the rap fam. Mortician's gas bag, smoking up the cash just as quick as I can grab that. Slap a bitch or a snap back. Go on my fucking website. Buy a hoodie. Right now. Stop listening to this song. Cash. Please. I'm poor. I'm so poor, bro. I buy too many expensive jackets. And then I'm like, why am I broke? You are. That's why. That's man. Fucking. How are you gonna be a multi-million dollar fucking company? You fucking. Fucking 200 fucking quid for a fucking vintage puffer jacket. What the fuck is that, man? It's made of fucking, like, goose feather. I will punch a fucking goose for free, bruv. Shut up.
Cheers, everybody, for watching. Follow us on socials, Twitter at @IRN_bars, Instagram at IRN Bars Battles, Facebook.com/IRN Bars, IRN BRZ every single time. We're finishing it off with a new one from AJ47. Keep a lookout for this boy next year, man. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back real soon. Oh, actually, yeah, fuck it. Holy shit, I'm so unprofessional. I just realised I had a whole thing to promote and I forgot about it. December 12th, we will be back with live fucking rap battles. Let me just move that shit off the screen so you can actually see what's going on. Break the circuit at a secret location in Glasgow, the 12th of next month. We get Nameless versus Subconscious, Barkwright versus Melody, Macmatic versus Captain Dank, and a freestyle Royal Rumble yet to be announced. Fucking follow all the socials, as I said, right on the screen just now for more information. And we'll catch you there, motherfuckers.
I am Batman. Never been easy.
I'm from the land of the lost, but the man, I'm my own boss, getting out at any cost. Punch your parts when you feel the aftermath from the shots that I brought. Rhymes been on my mind since I was in the club. How do you think you got, but you not? Here's the script, keep them drip. Cross the line, you'll get a tulip pippin' diz. Forgive me if I've sinned. Try to make it being Scottish. It's like pissing in the wind. It is what it is, this is where it begins. I'm scheduled to win, not quit. Pen and pad, got it locked, there's no picking it. All equipped in this when I spit my shit. Race from a shit bit, we're getting out as a myth. Won't see me slip, never running, unless it's from the pigs. It's just supposed to keep me fit, so I keep on lit. People don't say much, cause they get their hands. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind. Alright, dark nights begin to take their toll. Had to bat man down for trying to make the wrong joke. None of yous want smoke, if you rap my back, say less. That's respect to the death. Sitting in my man cave, smoke 10-10, feeling vexed, misled. But what the fuck's next from these raps? I live to progress, so none of them matter. From a small town born and bred, now I wear the crown upon my head. One of the best from the west, no disrespect, standing by who I rep. Be my guest if you want to reject, but I bet you think again, no one can test me. Man, I'm fearlessly gently. I'm not here to leave a mark, I'll be leaving big density. Living in people's head rent-free. All I see are secret renties, but they don't affect me. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind. Yeah, I'm just a young fine specimen, day and night. I just woke up on my medicine, gaining heights, always in my element. Used to say a bunch, now they don't say much or anything. Cause they be loving how I'm penning it. They just staying here for definite. Sick of old news claiming they're veterans when I've never heard of them. New ones we see some, fake ones we're not letting in. Me, my boys at levels where yours are just irrelevant. If you don't know me, you must be sleeping on your bed again, fucking up anything I touch, that is evident. Me, myself and I till the end of my friends. We never follow trends, we be setting them. Moving elegant, banky boy here to represent. I gave up, giving a fuck for then. I hope the hook's stuck in your head, cause here it comes again. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind. See, they don't say much, they just try and waste my time. I'm on a manhunt, just try to take what's mine. Try to move up, but I'm still scared of heights. Second dark nights, but never mind.